YouTube? This is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football. We've got another mock draft video for you guys. This time we are going to be the 6th position in this 12-man league. Again, it is a PPR league, so I want to make sure you understand that, which will help determine, obviously, the strategy we've got going on with this one. We're not going to take a very long time going through this. We've got a lot of videos going on for you guys. We've got ranking videos getting ready to drop soon. We've got your mock drafts finishing up with the 12-man. And of course, in about a week or two, we're going to start doing the start and sit videos, which is super exciting. If you guys are new to the channel and you want to obviously get back here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you get any notification for all the new videos we're going to start dropping. If you do have questions, again, hit us down in the comments below or follow us on our socials. Links in the description. You can hit us up on our DMs in Twitter or Instagram. And of course, if you like the video, hit the like button. It's awesome. Helps us out, and we'll be able to continue to give you guys some great content. So we're going to jump right into this. Again, we're going to the 6th position, right in the middle of the draft, and kind of see where things go and kind of fall. This position is actually I like a lot. Usually the 6th and 7th spot, you get usually 2 good running backs back-to-back. So you see some running backs obviously get off the board. McCaffrey, Kamara, Cook, Barkley. Chubb's a little early, a little surprising there. So again, a lot of times you're not going to see Barkley kind of leave that early. I'm seeing him more towards the end of the draft, but sometimes these mock drafts do a little funky things. So with that said, and the fact that Barkley and Chubb went instead of Derrick Henry is going to be the absolute pick here. There's no other reason you should think of any other running back. If you have Derrick Henry falling to the 6th spot, 1, question the rest of the league, and 2, absolutely grab him. Okay, make it simple and easy for you guys. Derrick Henry will be a stud for you. So you see the rest of the running backs starting to go through here. Some receivers are starting to dabble in there, and of course you see Patrick Mahomes, the #1 quarterback, going off the board, usually in the 2nd round. It's very typical in most mock drafts. So again, I want to look at some running back. That's usually what I like to do. I'm not sold on getting Antonio Gibson this early and the 6th spot of the 2nd round. I would rather get a little more value in a good wide receiver. So you look at receivers, you got DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley. Now for me, I'm actually going to end up going with Calvin Ridley over DeAndre Hopkins. A lot of people will think I'm crazy. DeAndre Hopkins is an absolute stud. What worries me is that offense, there's really just Hopkins and Kyle Murray. There's nothing really else going on right there. So I'm a little concerned myself with the lack of weapons. Hopkins will get his share. He will be awesome. But I'd rather go Ridley, who will have at least a few more options. And he shined really, really well for the Falcons last year. So we're going to go back again. We're going to look at depth at running back, wide receiver. So here I actually am going to end up going to go running back just because I feel like some of these guys that I would really love, I need a good, strong RB2, will not fall back to me in the 4th round. So for me, it's kind of a reach here, and I hate to say that because I don't like going after the reach. But looking at Josh Jacobs, Sanders, Chris Carson, David Montgomery, of these guys here, I'm going to go with David Montgomery. He's got the most upside with a better floor than most of these guys. 1, Chris Carson's injured quite often, and it's unfortunate. Josh Jacobs is going to compete with Kenyon Drake. And Miles Sanders is also dealing with committee. Montgomery, yes, will have Cohen when he comes back fully from being injured last year. But they've already talked about adding about 20 to 25 touches to Montgomery, so I like him a lot better as far as what was options there. Now, you look at the receivers here. I like Darrell Henderson. Now, obviously, now Sony Michel's been traded there. So if you haven't make sure, again, follow us on our Twitter and Instagram. We're posting those things. So you see a Darrell Henderson. Now, this is where you're going to see a little bit of shock. I'm going to go James Robinson in the 4th round. 1, he's now going to be the only real running back for Jacksonville. He did a great job last year as RB1 since Etienne obviously went down with his IR injury. So Robinson in the 4th round, if he's falling to you guys there, that's a steal. That's an RB1 you're getting in the 4th round. So make sure you go after him. Now I want to go after some receivers. I want to lock in another wide receiver, a good strong wide receiver too. And for me, that's going to be Tyler Lockett based off what you see here. Galladay's a good option as well. And then Brandon Ayuk, Deontay Johnson, some good ones. But I like Tyler Lockett a little more. He's got a lot more upside. I like Russell Wilson this season. I think Russell Wilson's going to be amazing. So I'll take a Tyler Lockett. Yes, he has some games where he'll put 4 or 5 points. It's unfortunate, but he's done it plenty of times. But he's got a lot of great upside, and I'm going to hope for some consistency this year. So Tyler Lockett in the 5th is an absolute steal. My quarterback that I was hoping to get, like a Prescott or something like that, maybe even a Herbert kind of guy. So I guess for me, I can look at some quarterback options, but I already kind of know what's going to be there. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, some really good options, but I don't want to take them in the 6th round. Running backs, you look at Mostert, pretty good. Melvin Gordon, Michael Carter, a good one. Damian Harris. But a lot of these guys that you're going to see here, you can get later on in the round, so I'm not going to reach for those. So you look at the receiver options here. You got Galladay, who's got a lot of great potential. I love what he might bring to the Giants. Fortunately, not as a Cowboys fan, but I do like what he could bring to the to the Giants. I actually am going to take the safer bet and go T. Higgins. T. Higgins did an amazing job last year. Yes, there's 3 receivers that are going to be obviously sharing for 1 ball, but Jamar Chase is going to be kind of, I would say, eased in. Based off of how he's played this preseason, practice, things like that, they're not looking for him to be the number 1 or number 2 receiver. He's really going to be the number 3. So I like T. Higgins a lot. Now let's go quarterback. So I saw Tom Brady gone here. It's unfortunate you saw Aaron Rodgers gone here. So for me, I'm actually going to go Matthew Stafford. I want to get a quarterback so I have really my team kind of solid here. And then we'll talk about tight end. So I like Matthew Stafford here. I love what's going to happen with him. We'll have a ranking video in the next couple days, so I want to make sure you guys are aware. But Matthew Stafford's going to be definitely in those ranking videos because he's got not only the talent, he's got some chip on his shoulders with everything going on, and of course some really good weapons. Now I got to fill tight end, right? I've got to fill the rest of this roster out. I like what I've got here. I've got Gesicki, Gronk, Tunyon, Logan Thomas. Gronk's going to be picked up a lot of times because of his name. He's got great talent. He's got obviously a touchdown machine, but I'm not 100% sold with that offense. Way too many weapons for Tom Brady. Gronk's not going to be one of them that's going to get all of it. So I like Mike Gesicki here. He did a really great job last year. He's really started showing up and finally actually being a really good, consistent tight end. He could easily be, as far as points, a top 5 tight end based off of what he was doing last year. Now we got our tight end, our receivers, running back, quarterback. Now it's all about depth. Now with depth, this is where you want to make sure you're filling out your roster with good players that have potential to be some stars, good bye week fillers, some maybe possible flex options, but don't overreach on any of these players that you're trying to fill for depth. So for me, I'm looking at some options. You got Will Fuller, Pittman, Marquise Brown, some good receivers. I get a lot later. Running backs, Kenyon Drake, Zach Moss, A.J. Dillon. Okay, a little bit more of a challenge here. I don't mind taking a Kenyon Drake just because they are going to utilize him. They obviously drafted him for a reason. I think he's going to bring in some PPR action. He's a backup to my backups, okay? So it's a little bit of a risk. I'm not overly risking. Yes, it's a little bit higher draft. I would love to have gotten a little bit later, but I just felt like he might have been taken. So I really didn't want to waste or miss out on that opportunity. I do want to get another receiver. Like I said, I've got 3 receivers. I can fill out 5 in this particular league. So for me, I'm going to actually go Darnell Mooney over Michael Pittman or Curtis Samuel. Mooney shows lots of great signs, lots of potential. I get that Andy Dalton's the quarterback, so it kind of scares people as far as, what could possibly happen with this offense. Justin Fields showed a lot of great poise, the hype, just the energy, the talent. And I see Justin Fields taking over halfway through the season. It's going to happen. I think they're going to run into some issues, and people are going to start booing some Andy Dalton. Unfortunately, Justin Fields is going to be the guy, and I like that a lot. I'm going to go actually look at another receiver. I like these running backs, but again, I'm not going to go after them right away. I like Elijah Moore here. McCole Hardman's another really good one that you can go after. The reason why McCole Hardman is a good option too is because he's a wide receiver too to really prove what I think the Chiefs are hoping to do is have another solid wide receiver too opposite of Tyreek Hill. So I like Elijah Moore a lot here, and I'll make sure that but again, McCole Hardman is not one I would stay away from if Elijah Moore is gone. I like Elijah Moore a lot. Of course, this is obviously acting a little funky, but that's okay. We'll get this obviously going for you guys in this video. So that way you guys can see, and we'll move on to the draft here. All right. So, we got Elijah Moore. Yep. Sorry, I'm just getting a little funky on there. Sometimes it happens on the Sleeper app, even though I really do like the Sleeper app and website. So I have 5 receivers here. I'm actually not going to need any more there. I can look at tight end. Maybe an Evan Ingram, a Jonnu Smith kind of fill out because I've got a couple more spots here. I do like those options. I'm actually going to end up going running back here. And for me, I'm going to go Philip Lindsay. Again, I kind of draft him almost every single round I do these videos. And the reason for that is Philip Lindsay, I think, could absolutely take over that roster with, unfortunately, David Johnson kind of struggling. Now, this is really David Johnson has to prove it or that's it. So I like Philip Lindsay as a good option. Tight end, I'm going to fill out. I'm going to actually go after Jonnu Smith. Even though I like Evan Ingram, I like Jonnu Smith a little bit better. There's some injury concerns right now with Hunter Henry. The Patriots love the tight end position. They love to throw the tight end, so they've really given Cam Newton an option to really have finally a good tight end to really help him out. And yes, I said Cam Newton because that's really kind of what a lot of people are expecting is that Cam's going to be the starting quarterback. Obviously, nothing has been, really, I guess, in the books yet, but I still like the idea that Cam Newton's probably going to be the quarterback. Here you're looking at some, defensive teams. Fortunately, it's not a great amount. A lot of them probably got picked most early rounds. For me, you get streamers. Don't worry too much or, be overly concerned with the kicker and the defensive teams. I've even been in some leagues or seen some leagues where they get rid of those particular positions. They just want to see points happening, right? So they're going more offense, direction than these, I guess you would call them specialty positions. Or specialty picks. So for me, I'll go New England there. And then I like Robbie Gould. Again, I like San Francisco's offense and what they can bring to the table as far as scoring, things like that. So we've got our 6th position done here. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this draft. Did I go the right way? Should I have gone running back, or do you agree? Maybe I took a Ridley over a Hopkins, doing something like that. Getting a James, James Robinson in the 4th round. That's absolutely awesome. Darnell Mooney is another good sleeper. Elijah Moore. So I feel really good about where I was at in this 6th spot, what kind of players fell to my lap, where I drafted them, and of course reasons why I went after those particular players. If you are liking what you guys are seeing here and you still are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscription button. Again, hit that notification bell. That way you guys get notified every time we drop a new video for you. We're going to be dropping a lot. Season's almost here, guys. We are right there. Follow us on our socials, again, Twitter, Instagram. Ask away any questions you have there. If you don't, ask away in the comments. Hit us in our DMs. Ask about trades. Ask about who you should draft. Even if you want, put your teams out there that you've drafted. If you've already drafted right now and you just happen to watch this video to kind of maybe join some other leagues, hit us down in the comments. Show us what you've done. We'd love to see you guys' rosters. Give you some insight, how we feel about it. Again, follow us on our socials, and I'll check you guys out next time.